Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So the Bitcoin rally continues from last night, and we're now seeing a massive short squeeze. It is not good to be a bear right now. It's there's a whole lot of bears and shorters that have absolutely been wrecked over the last few days, or you can even say going back a week. So let's look at this Bitcoin rally, and not only Bitcoin, altcoins, entire market is rallying. Let's look at this rally. Let's see what's driving it besides the short squeeze that we're seeing. And can we possibly see more this coming week? It's only the start. Today's only Monday. There's so much more that could be coming. So let's discuss. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified. And follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest articles on CryptosRUs.com. All right, guys, welcome. Welcome. I can see the excitement. I'm feeling excited. Live chat is blooming, so let's take a look. So Bitcoin right now is above $39,000. Not too long ago, I remember we were at $29,000. And I told you guys, do not give up, right? Focus on the future, focus on long term. Whatever short-term volatility will pass, and it has come up $10,000 within a very short amount of time. Let's just put it that way, okay? Things move really quickly in crypto both ways. And when we get back up to 64,000 once again and head higher, no one's going to remember that we spent 2.5 months in the 30,000 range. But those of you guys that dollar cost averaged or just took advantage of the dip, you'll remember, because now you're going to be in the green. Way in the green, right? So that's just how it is with crypto. Things move fast. Volatility is always going to be there. But the winners, the ones that win the most and attain life-changing wealth, are some of the ones that buy low and eventually sell high and hodl through the volatility. So today we're definitely seeing a very good day. Besides Bitcoin being up very substantially, double digits, if you look at live coin watch or this whole index, everything is up substantially over the last 24 hours and pretty much for the entire week. And there are some very massive movements. For example, Polygon is up almost 50%. Theta is almost up 50%. Even ICP, some of you guys got burned buying at the top. Well, it's still at least up 45% for this week. And others have climbed up dramatically. Ethereum up 30%, 11% today. Bitcoin's up almost 15% today, right? Things are looking very nice right now. So what is causing this, and can this continue? Well, I definitely think so. A big super chat. Can you check out Utimo, a game changer esports streaming platform? Neo, I'll have to check that out later during my Q&A session. Ultimo. I'll try to remember that. I think secretly VeChain is your biggest bag. Well, you'll never know. But I do love VeChain. What is driving this? Well, obviously, look at this. The shorts, the bears are getting wrecked right now, even though I think this number is actually low, because there's another site that actually show liquidations, and that site was putting liquidations above $1 billion, but it crashed because so many people are trying to look at liquidation numbers right now. But this gives you an idea how bad it is for the bears. For the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, the last week, it has been bad. And this is what we want to see. Short liquidations drives everything up, just like long liquidations drive everything down, right? You have short squeezes, long squeezes, and right now we're seeing a lot of short squeezes, one after another, after another. And if we do, I don't have the data with me, but I have a feeling that 41,000, there's probably a big sell wall there, and I bet a lot of shorts are placed at 41,000. If Bitcoin breaks above that 41,000, oh man, I bet we will see an enormous squeeze and push us up even higher. So that could be around the corner. We're at 39. We're not too far off from 41. So let's see what happens later today and later this week. Remember, this week is the last week of the month. Last week of the month, which means Bitcoin futures and options expiration is coming this Friday. Now, normally there's some volatility, but it's not always bad volatility. Sometimes things go up. Just depends on how the whales want to play it. So this week could be one of those up weeks where we see a tremendous movement moving till Friday. Who knows? Maybe there's a CME gap somewhere in the 40s or 50s that we missed, and maybe we're going to hit it. Who knows? So right now, the shorts, the bears are not feeling very good right now. They're not. And I wanted to see, is there FOMO right now? Is there a lot of FOMO right now? So looking at Crypto Quant, I move my camera away. You can see spot exchange inflows definitely spiked during the last day or so, right? You can see there's a good amount of Bitcoins flowing in. This is on the spot exchanges. Not tremendous volume, but there is a good amount. But look at the derivative side. Wow. Okay? This is 38,000 Bitcoins coming into a derivative exchange. I don't know if it's Bybit. I don't know if it's Binance or wherever. But there are still people that are playing with leverage, that's for sure. And there's a whole lot of people either covering right now or they are placing some large bets to drive things further. So there's definitely FOMO. You could see ever since Bitcoin came up, you could see the volume has spiked on the derivative side and on the spot side. So there is a lot of FOMO going on right now, which I don't advise FOMO. I advise buying low and DCAing. But of course, a lot of people feel like they need to get in right now because they missed out on 38 or 28 or 29 or 30 or 31, right? That's just how it is. That's how it always is. Colton says you should start taking Fridays off. The second you stepped away, wait, BTC trying to pull back in. Yeah, that's what BTC does. But thanks for your support. Now, what I also found that's very, very, very good for Bitcoin is that the stable coins that exist on exchanges, the reserves, the total reserve has climbed up quite dramatically over the last few months. But guess what? We haven't seen any tremendous dips down. You know why? Because there's still a lot of people that's just holding stablecoins, wondering if this is a fake out, this is a bull trap, or we're going to come down, right? So they haven't FOMOed in. This is mostly, I'm guessing, from the long-term holders. But retail obviously is FOMOing in once again. But when this starts dipping down, hard, that's going to go towards buying, right? And that could come after we break 41 or other ceilings out there. So this is also very promising. There's about $17 billion worth of stablecoins out there that's just waiting to jump back into the market. That's tremendous amount of money, right? That could really drive Bitcoin and altcoins up in a very, very dramatic fashion. So that is also very promising based on what I found, but there is a lot of FOMO going on, obviously, and a lot of shorts being liquidated, and a short squeeze is coming, which is why Bitcoin is above 39,000 today. Now, what else is there? What else could be driving the market higher? Well, yesterday, it was rumored Insider came out and said Amazon is going all out with crypto and Bitcoin. First step is to accept Bitcoin payments. Second step is to come out with their own crypto, an Amazon coin, right? So, is this around the corner? Will this be announced, within the next few months? Possibly. This insider says it's going to be before the end of the year. And they already have job postings for this too. And most likely, they've been working on a wallet behind the scenes or partnering up with someone. This rumor has been swirling for a long time, since 2017. But I do honestly believe this is coming before the end of the year. It just makes a whole lot of sense. Everyone is taking Bitcoin payments, and it just makes sense that Amazon does so. They're such a tech giant, and it just makes sense. So once this happens, this is gonna be explosive, and who knows? Maybe Amazon also decide to buy some Bitcoin. Maybe they bought GBTC. Maybe they bought, I don't know, some ETFs from Canada. But that could also be coming. And speaking of which, today is Tesla's earnings. And everyone is looking at, if they bought more, they sold. Elon recently confirmed that Tesla did not sell any. And then he also confirmed that SpaceX also owns Bitcoin. And he also admitted that he himself owns Bitcoin and Ethereum and Dogecoin. But here's the interesting thing. In that B-word conference, Elon said that he's pretty certain that Bitcoin is now above 50% in terms of renewable energy, right? And he just wants to have some more due diligence, but most likely they will open up Bitcoin payments again for Teslas, which could be announced today. It makes a whole lot of sense if they want to drive some more enthusiasm or more support among their fans and investors. They could open that up again. And that could be a driving force for Bitcoin too. Even though some of you guys I know hate Elon and hate Tesla and does not want anything to do with them, but let's keep in mind that Tesla still owns $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And Elon, who knows, maybe owns $1 billion. And SpaceX, who knows, maybe owns $1 billion. They still are Bitcoin holders. Even though Elon likes to troll, he's still a believer of Bitcoin. So let's see what happens later today. I think this is going to be reported after market closing. This could be a driving force. Could definitely drive things even higher too. All right, let's see if I missed any important super chats here. What do you think about VeChain? Buddy says, come on. You should know. I'm a big VeChain believer. I think I'm like the only one that really believes in VeChain. Everyone else kind of iffy on him, but I love VeChain. And Superman Beats, thank you. And then what else is there? Is KuCoin giant in making? Could be. KuCoin's been around for quite some time, and I do think KuCoin is like a mini Binance, and they could definitely gain a lot of market share while there's some uncertainty with Binance right now. All right, so besides Tesla earnings, tomorrow also Apple earnings. Who knows? Maybe Apple announces they bought $2 billion worth of Bitcoins. That could be a driving force too. All right, now what else is there? Plan B stock to flow, still on track. He tweeted out, last week whether or not this was going to be a make or break moment for stock to flow. Well, it seems like with Bitcoin's recovery, it is still back on track. And plan B still to reconfirm that the on-chain signal indicates that this bull market is far, far from over. 64K is not the top. And I honestly believe that. I think we're going to go above 100K. I think once 100K comes, we're going to see some true FOMO from the largest institutions out there and public trade companies. They're going to want a piece. They're going to realize that, you know what? Some of our peers bought at 30,000, 40,000. We should have done the same, but it's not too late because we know Bitcoin's not just going to stop at 100,000. It will continue forward. It may be a few cycles, but it will continue forward. So after 100,000, I honestly think we're going to see a huge movement upwards because there's going to be a lot of institutional FOMO. And like every single cycle, you see Bitcoin shoot past, the anticipated new range for Bitcoin. We always shoot past it where you have that blow off top and then you come back down. But with institutions coming in, there may not be a blow off top. There may be a correction like what we just experienced, a 50%, 60% correction, right? But doesn't mean that we have to drop down 85% or 90% before recovering. We could just go sideways for a long time before going, right? So you look at where we are now, we still have a lot of room to grow. A lot of room to grow. All right, so stock to flow still on track. What else is there? FTX, I reported this last night. FTX and Binance both have reduced their max leverage from 100x or 101x to 20x. So this is a step in the right direction. A lot of people would argue that leverage is what's been holding Bitcoin back or the market back because there's too many people that are getting wrecked. One way or another, they're getting wrecked, either on the long side and the short side. Today we're seeing on the short side, right? But who profits? Well, the exchanges. Well, now, I don't know, due to regulatory, pressures, or now they realize we're actually doing more harm than good. So now they're reducing it to 20x, which is still a substantial amount. This is still not something to be taken lightly, but it is a step in the right direction. And this could help move the market up too if we don't have as many people getting wrecked all the time. So this could also help tremendously. Let me scroll up. Mike. I'm not going to repeat that because he's a little arrogant and condescending, but I like it. I like it. All right, what else is there? You ever thought doing more crypto merch? Did you hear about AMP and Algorand? That's just a rumor spread by BitBoy. That's not actually true yet. Is that why AMP and pumping? It's pumping because BitBoy circulated that rumor, which is why it pumped. So it could be true. It could not be true. I don't know. But I do know AMP is a great project. Whether or not Amazon really uses them, I think not. I think Amazon's going to use their own thing. And I do have more merchandise. I have merchandise. More merchandise? I don't know. Maybe. All right, what else is there? Binance also is ceasing to allow crypto margin. If you're using sterling, euro, Australian dollar, you can no longer utilize margin to trade, which I also think is good. It also limits the wreckage from newcomers coming into the space. So Binance feeling a whole lot of regulatory pressure right now. So they're starting to get away from a lot of these things that they were introducing. For example, synthetic stocks. They got rid of that. They're getting rid of high leverage. They're getting rid of margins, right? So this is all pretty positive. Moving towards, a platform that's just safer, not from a security aspect, but from protecting users from getting wrecked. Because honestly, Binance is, their questions, like they ask you questions to verify that you're like a seasoned trader to use margin or leverage and all that, and it's just like a joke, right? They don't really do enough to protect users, and it's not just Binance. Everyone else that offers it too, right? Hopefully everyone just makes it easier for people to come in and not get wrecked, and it benefits the community overall. All right, last few things. Cleveland Cavaliers joins Socios, which is Chiliz. Chiliz is kind of like an NFT platform, but it's more like a token platform that allows soccer or football and basketball teams to actually issue tokens. So they're getting involved with the NBA, which is pretty positive. I do like Chiliz quite a bit. So this is positive for them. Also, Chainalysis executive heads to PayPal to lead their crypto regulatory efforts. So obviously everyone is getting more concerned about regulatory pressure from all the bodies out there, right? So PayPal, obviously a big payment, player in the space, a fintech company that has like 400 million or 375 million users out there, right? And just think about the FOMO that is coming. When FOMO really comes in and people are just like panicking to buy crypto, guess where they're gonna go, right? Probably on PayPal, because PayPal, almost everyone that does any kind of online buying already has a PayPal account. It's just they make it really easy, right? So think about that. 375 million users out there worldwide trying to FOMO into Bitcoin. Just the users buying Bitcoin on PayPal, just PayPal buying Bitcoins to replenish their stock for those users already well exceeds the 900 that gets produced per day. So this is why I've said before, every future Bitcoin that is meant to be circulated, that is being mined, they're all spoken for. Just one company like PayPal will take out the 900 per day, easily per day. And that doesn't take into account everyone else that wants a piece of the pie, right? So when large people, large entities or corporations want a piece of the pie, what do? They buy OTC market. Well, what if there is no more supply in the OTC market? Then where's the Bitcoin going to come from? The spot exchanges, right? So that is coming, which is why the reserves on the spot exchanges keep going lower and lower and lower and lower, right? So just think about that. Just think about from a scarcity aspect, Bitcoin is going to be driven higher just from supply and demand. That's it. If nothing else, supply and demand. And lastly, I saw this for you Cardano fans. Portfolio strategist expects Cardano to become mainstream cryptocurrency alongside Bitcoin and Ether. I could see this. If I had to choose 3 crypto out there that I believe that has the best chance of surviving the next 5 to 10 years, it would have to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. Except this coin says Ethereum Classic, so not actually Ethereum, but yeah, Bitcoin obviously is going to stay probably for 100 years, 1,000 years, until the Earth blows up or something like that. Ethereum, I think, is going to be the true, the biggest DeFi protocol out there. DeFi, NFTs, they're only going to get bigger, and Ethereum is going to stay. They're definitely the big dog. Many institutions already view Ethereum as like the Bitcoin for protocols. So they're not going to go away until they get replaced or they become too ancient or they really screw up, which right now they're trying to fix all those things. Cardano is not even out, and it's still one of the big dogs. So many people believe in it, and they're basically going after the same thing. So when they're finally done, they could definitely go far. So I agree in concept, but we'll see. Overall, today is a pretty darn good day. So I anticipate more of this going forward. A lot more of this going forward, right? And hopefully you guys have weathered the storm. You continue to stay focused. You bought the dip, or you continue to DCA, and you ignore the FUD, and you're still in the game. Hopefully that is the case. So let's do some Q&A. All right, just going up a little bit, making sure I didn't miss a super chat. Fatal says, do you think it'll come after synthetic after Uniswap for synthetic assets? Is it risk to hold? Although Grayscale has it part of their DeFi portfolio. I think synthetic itself, I think they're okay. But all the synthetic tokens that was created utilizing their platform, they'll probably be delisted one after another since Uniswap kind of led the charge. So I think synthetic themselves will be okay, but this definitely makes them a whole lot weaker. That's for sure. Dusty, energy from Vegas, myself and 4 boys, all watch, hold wallets, and Georges. Glad to hear it, Dusty, and Naomi and Arthur and Mason, Indy and Pablo. Glad to see you guys are all doing well and supporting this channel. All right, Cardano people, a lot of Cardano fans right now. There's a ton of Cardano fans in the chat. All right, so just testing out my new BlockFi credit card. Keep up good work. Do you think any traditional banks will offer crypto credit cards by 2023? Probably. But BlockFi obviously have been planning for that for quite some time. So If you guys want a credit card that rewards you back in Bitcoin, right? Then right now the only option is the BlockFi credit card. So you guys get one for yourselves. 1.5% on all purchases. There's no limit. Introductory is 3.5%. 3.5%. That's quite a lot. You know, if you get your rewards in Bitcoin, you just leave it in your account and you don't even touch it. Maybe in 10 years, you know, that itself, what you got rewarded with will be worth millions. Who knows? Who knows? Right? So if you guys want one, utilize my link in the description. All right, scrolling down. Hey, someone asked me about a project very early. I forgot what it was. Do you guys remember? There was some project at the beginning. Can you check out Olympus? They're launching a liquidity locker and DeFi. Have Bog Tools team behind them. Centralized exchange. Olympus token. I don't think it's this one. Is it Olympus Labs? I don't know which one it is. What's the token, Nacho? Oh yeah, it's like, is it Ultra? Is this? Yeah, Utimo. Someone asked me about Utimo before. Total market cap is very, very small. Where is it being traded on? It's on PancakeSwap only. Yeah, game-changing esports token. There's a lot of these. I don't even have to look at it to know that there's a ton of these. You know, none of them have really taken off. Esports is hot, but there's no reason to think that you have to utilize, you know, exclusive crypto for esports. You could use Bitcoin, you could use Ethereum, you could use Cardano, you could use stable coins, you could use a number of coins. So there's a ton of esports kind of tokens out there. They're not the only ones. So whether or not this project could really do well, I don't know. It's too early to make that call. What do you think about PancakeSwap long term? Is it better than Uniswap? Will ETH2 affect PancakeSwap? No. PancakeSwap, I think, is here to stay. It's the biggest AMM on Binance Smart Chain. Unless Binance Smart Chain dies, PancakeSwap is going to live on and do well. So I think it'll be fine. And it has been coming up pretty well, too. Speaking of a Binance Smart Chain project that's coming up is Venus. A lot of you guys have asked me about Venus, but it's up almost 43% within the last 24 hours. Venus is like MakerDAO of Binance Smart Chain. So I'm glad to see it is starting to recover as well, because Venus did have some kind of vulnerability or hack, but they're trying to recover from that, and they're coming up. Dusty, another big super chat. My kids say I'm George, we're all George when referring to be independent or open-minded. I say it too. Unfortunately, I had to move my Vegas conference. Otherwise, I would have met you there. But yeah, I mean, it's all about attaining financial freedom. I would say people that get into crypto is really looking for another way to attain financial freedom. And out of all the ways out there in terms of investments, I can't think of a better or easier way to do so than with crypto, honestly. With everything out there, real estate, man, just takes so much capital and so much time, right? With stocks, it's the same thing. Stocks are just slower movers. You can make a lot of money, but still takes a long time and a lot of cash. Crypto is the only one where, yeah, there's volatility and it's scary, but if you could get through that, invest and hold the right project, even small amounts can lead to financial freedom. So, yeah. Advice on hard wallets, Ledger or Treasure, and there's other ones too. I'm going to get some samples from some other players I need to review, but Ledger and Treasure, you can't go wrong with either. Or go with a mobile wallet like Trust Wallet. Dope. Appreciate your support. Sell BNB for FTX. I don't know about that. BNB still, the reason why they're so high is because no one comes close to their trading volume. Binance's trading volume is like 60% or something of all spot volume. So think about that, just themselves alone. Plus, they have Binance Smart Chain and a whole lot of dApps. So I would not advise that. I don't think that's a good call. Sorry to get off topic, but what the heck is going on with USA basketball? I need to know that too. It's embarrassment. The USA, the NBA players should be leaps and pounds better than these foreign players. Although some of them are in the NBA, I realize that. But still, the talent level, when you have Lillard and Durant and all these other guys on a team, you should be winning by 20 points. The fact that they lost to France is embarrassing. And they lost 2 exhibition games too. I don't know who they're playing next. They might lose to, Lithuania too. Umbrella Network, do you think it'll reach its all-time high again? I forgot what Umbrella does. Is it like an Oracle play? So they're only 9. Yeah, they really have not recovered at all ever since they were introduced. Yeah, they're a decentralized Oracle. I don't trust Oracles. I've always said, stick with Chainlink. You have a ton of Oracles out there, but none of them are being used other than Chainlink. Every single DeFi project is using Chainlink. So, yeah. Yukomi's VV app is in the top 10 of highest revenue in the US. Where did he see that figure from? I'd like to know. Yukomi is also another great NFT project I covered in the past. They are... surprising they haven't come up that much recently. 30 days, they really have barely moved at all. 30 days, only up 31%, but the last 7 days still down 13%. Today and yesterday hardly moved. Interesting. Could be a good pickup at this point because it has not recovered at all. But they have all the licensing, Marvel, DC, movies, NFL. So I like them. How come BDC pumps all altcoins follow? It's easy because it's FOMO. It's FOMO. When people make money with Bitcoin, they put into altcoins. When people use Bitcoin as an indicator, it's that simple. Olympus token is the only one with the Zeus logo on it. Okay, who cares? Who cares? Are you being facetious? Bog Tool team on BC. I have reviewed Bog Tools many times. I think they're a pretty good project. Could Olympus make it? Maybe. I don't know. I still don't know the token. BDC 41.3 need to break this and break bear trend. Yeah. We still have 39.1, right? So if we break through this, which I would say it's 41,000, not 41.3, but if we could break 41,000, I bet you this is going to be packed with sell orders and packed with leverage, a lot of short leverage right here. So if we could break through it, there's going to be a massive short squeeze. But if we can't, maybe we just hover below, trend down a little bit, because all the short-term indicators does show that Bitcoin's a little bit overbought, short-term indicators. So 41K will be a very, very interesting mark. If we get there today or tomorrow, if we could shatter through it, we're going to see another short squeeze that's going to drive Bitcoin much higher. If we can't, we may come down a little bit and then just try to test it a few times. So yeah, I do believe that. Zilliqa, yes, pretty interesting. Polkadot also. Polkadot has really suffered during this, this downtrend. For whatever reason, people sold off a ton of Polkadot, but they're still a good project and they're still within top 10. So there you go. Polyastic. No, I'm not gonna check this project. It's okay. Just look at that. It's a dead project. I'm not gonna check this out. So stop tweeting that or stop IMing that. Crypto.com is solid going forward. Yeah, they're one of the promising exchanges, apps. They have chain, their prepaid card. There's a lot. There's a lot that's going on there. So I think they're going to do well going forward. Brave browser. I'm still waiting for BAT to come up. I still use Brave browser every single day. They have their new search. They have their new DEX. They have their new wallet. You know, there's a lot of stuff. So, yes. Yes, I'm a big fan of BAT too. Check on BPro. Oh, by the way, portfolio. My sample portfolio is rocking. Now profit almost $1,000. That's almost like 20% within a very, very short amount of time. So all it took was, buying, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I put in $100 for the last 3 weeks, and now look at this, up almost $1,000, right? This is the power of holding and DCA. This is the point. This is why I create this, and I will continue to do this until the end of this year. The Bitcoin is at like $100, $150, $200,000. This portfolio is going to explode. It's going to explode. Probably over 100,000 at that time. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good so far. Self-key, not a fan of self-key. Digital ID systems just don't do very well. Electronum, I do like them, but they're just having a hard time because they're catering to the unbanked, and I don't hear a lot of traction. Any tasks, I don't know if that's a success. They're showing ads in the US, which they really should not have. Quant is doing pretty well. They're catering to businesses, and they have their one, I think they call it one ledger, which is like a way for different chains and different tokens to talk to each other. So I think Quant is also doing pretty well. BidMoon, appreciate that. All right. That's pretty much it. Someone mentioned about Terra. Terra's also coming up. I told you guys about Terra months ago, and I think I saw they were having a very good day. 12%, 50% in the last 7 days. 81% last 30 days. But look at this. 1 year performance, 2,000%. 2,000%. Definitely doing well. Doing well. All right, guys. Price prediction for Parse, I can't give you that. I think Parse is pretty interesting. I think it is. Just tweet you the link. Okay. All right. That's pretty much it. Overall, guys, a lot of shorts being liquidated today. Big, massive short squeeze. Can this continue? Push Bitcoin all the way up to back to 41,000. Hey, it could happen. It could happen. And it'll be interesting to see what happens when that comes. Whether or not Bitcoin causes another short squeeze or it kind of stalls there for a little bit. But besides just short squeezes, we have Tesla, their earnings later today. We have Amazon that's coming up. We have Apple that's coming up. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming up. And let's not forget, there is still a whole lot of buying going on behind the scenes. These days, a little bit more FOMO. But even when we were stuck here, okay, there was a lot of buying going on behind the scenes. And I think we're going to hear more of that as we go forward. And trust me, there will be a lot more buying behind the scenes. That is going to be driving things forward as well. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight. 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one.